deep-fried butter. Taking a stick of pure butter, coating it in sweet batter, and plunging it into boiling oil might sound like a joke, but it's a real and award-winning creation. Abel Gonzalez Jr., a home cook from Texas, introduced this dish at the State Fair of Texas in 2009, where it won the official Most Creative Award. The process causes the butter to melt completely inside during frying, creating a crispy exterior with a liquid, buttery interior. This invention has become a symbol of the exaggerated and creative culinary style that defines American state fairs, where competitions for unusual foods are a serious annual tradition. Garbage plate. The name was deliberately chosen to describe the visual chaos of ingredients piled up without apparent order. Created by Nick Tahoe Hot's restaurant in Rochester, New York, established in the early 20th century, the dish consists of a base of home fries or mashed potatoes, baked beans, and macaroni salad, all topped with a hamburger or hot dog and finished with a seasoned meat hot sauce, mustard, and raw onion. The combination might seem unlikely to newcomers, but it's taken so seriously by Rochester locals that the name garbage plate was officially trademarked by the restaurant. For residents, it's a comforting dish that genuinely represents the city's gastronomic identity, turducken. The name is a portmanteau of turkey, duck, and chicken, accurately describing what this dish is. A deboned chicken placed inside a deboned duck, which in turn is placed inside a deboned turkey, all roasted together as a single piece. The exact origin of the dish is debated, but it was Chef Paul Prudhomme of Louisiana who popularized it in the 1970s and 1980s, making it a famous alternative for Thanksgiving. Each layer can be stuffed with different seasonings and dressings, making every bite an experience with 3 simultaneous flavors. Today, turducken is sold commercially in supermarkets nationwide and continues to be an example of the American penchant for creating dishes of unusual proportions and complexity. Rocky Mountain oysters. Despite the sophisticated name, this dish has nothing to do with seafood. Rocky Mountain oysters are bull testicles, and sometimes lamb or pig testicles, that are cleaned, flattened, breaded, and deep-fried. Their consumption originated as a practical solution for ranchers in the American West during the 18th and 19th centuries who wanted to waste no part of the animal after cattle castration. Today, the dish is served in restaurants in states like Colorado, Montana, and Wyoming. And there's even an annual festival dedicated to it in Montana called the Testicle Festival, which attracts thousands of visitors each year. For Americans raised in this tradition, the taste is described as similar to fried clams, and the dish is a source of regional pride. Scrapple. This is one of the oldest processed meats in the United States, created by German settlers who arrived in the Pennsylvania region in the 17th and 18th centuries, known as the Pennsylvania Dutch. Scrapple is made from pork scraps left over after butchering, such as organ meats, head meat, and various trimmings, which are cooked, mixed with cornmeal or buckwheat flour, and seasoned with sage, thyme, and pepper. This mixture is pressed into a brick shape, chilled until firm, then sliced and fried in butter or oil until it forms a golden, crispy crust on the outside while remaining soft inside. The dish is traditionally served for breakfast, accompanied by eggs and maple syrup. Although little known outside the East Coast, scrapple represents the tradition of using the entire animal that European immigrants brought to the New World. Jell-O salad. Powdered gelatin was developed by Pearl Waite in 1897, and after being sold to businessman Orator Woodward, it became a widely popular product under the name Jell-O. In the 1950s and 1960s, American women's magazines frequently published recipes for colorful salads made with gelatin containing fruits, vegetables, cottage cheese, mayonnaise, or even pieces of meat. These creations were presented as symbols of modernity and domestic practicality. Although many Americans today view these recipes with humor and nostalgia, Jell-O salad is still prepared and consumed seriously in states like Utah and Idaho, where communities keep the tradition alive at family gatherings and community celebrations. Luther Burger. This sandwich replaces traditional buns with 2 glazed donuts, featuring a juicy hamburger patty and bacon slices in between. The name has been associated with American singer Luther Vandross, with stories suggesting he created the sandwich for personal consumption, though this version has never been confirmed by reliable sources. What is documented is that the Luther Burger gained national visibility when it was mentioned in the American animated series The Boondocks, in an episode aired in 2005. The combination of the sweet glaze with the savory hamburger and bacon created a sandwich that, despite seeming excessive, has garnered a loyal following and regularly appears at food fairs and specialized burger joints across the United States. Fried Coca-Cola. Abel Gonzalez Jr., the same Texan who created deep-fried butter, introduced fried Coca-Cola at the State Fair of Texas in 2006, and the invention won the Most Creative Award that year. The process involves incorporating Coca-Cola soda directly into a batter, which is then deep-fried in hot oil, resulting in a crispy ball with the drink's characteristic flavor and aroma. The fried dough is served with Coca-Cola syrup drizzled on top, whipped cream, and a cherry, further enhancing the flavor. Its success was immediate, and the creation received national and international media coverage, solidifying Abel Gonzalez Jr. as an iconic figure of American state fairs. Frito pie. This is one of the simplest, yet most divisive snacks in American cuisine. It consists of opening an individual bag of Fritos, the corn chip created by Charles Elmer Doolin in San Antonio, Texas in 1932, and pouring a serving of chili con carne, shredded cheese, and jalapenos directly into the bag. Its exact origin is disputed between Texas and New Mexico. Texas claims the creation as part of its culinary tradition, while New Mexico asserts the dish originated at a Woolworth's lunch counter in Santa Fe. Regardless of its origin, Frito pie is widely consumed at sporting events, school fairs, and festivities throughout the southern United States. Deep-fried Twinkie. The Twinkie is a cream-filled sponge cake produced by Hostess since 1930, when it was created by James Dewar as a way to use strawberry shortcake pans out of season. The deep-fried Twinkie emerged at American state fairs as a culinary experiment that transforms this processed product into something entirely different. The cake is battered and plunged into hot oil, creating a crispy shell that contrasts with the warm, creamy interior. The success of the deep-fried Twinkie at fairs helped solidify the concept of deep-frying improbable foods as a recognized and anticipated gastronomic category at these events in the United States. Spam musubi. Spam is a canned pork product produced by Hormel Foods since 1937. During World War II, the product was widely distributed to American military troops stationed in Hawaii and the Pacific, eventually becoming part of the local population's daily diet. In Hawaii, where there was a strong community of Japanese immigrants, Spam was incorporated into local cuisine and combined with musubi, a seasoned rice ball wrapped in nori seaweed, similar to Japanese onigiri. The result is Spam musubi, a simple, portable, and very popular snack that is now sold in supermarkets, gas stations, and restaurants throughout Hawaii. It is a direct example of how distinct cultures can meet in specific historical circumstances and create something entirely new. Coolicles. The name combines Kool-Aid and pickles, accurately describing what this food is. Pickles soaked in a mixture of powdered Kool-Aid, sugar, and pickle brine for several days until they absorb the product's color and flavor. The result is vibrantly colored pickles, such as red, blue, or purple, with a taste that combines the sourness of the pickle with the sweetness of the Kool-Aid. This practice is documented in the Mississippi Delta region in the southern United States, where it originated among local communities as a creative variation of a common food. The phenomenon gained national media attention starting in the 2000s and is regularly sold in small markets and fairs in the region, being especially popular among children and young people in the area. And with Koolicles, we reach the end of this list of American foods that defy all expectations. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for following along with another complete explanation. If the video was helpful or made you curious, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so to not miss our next explanatory videos. And in the comments below, tell us, which of these foods would you be brave enough to try? We read everything here.